Yeah, good afternoon and welcome back to Mark's Railway Trails, and today we're at St Helens Central Station in St Helens. We're just on the platform. I'm just going to watch this train pull off, and I just want to show you where it's going to be going now, down the line that takes you to Atterweath. This is on the Atterweath line, but if you notice it's going under the bridge now. If you look on the left hand side, just let this train go out. Just there on the left hand side now, just as it goes on the bridge, was the line that took us on the St Helens to Runcorn Gap, and that's where the line now is all fenced off at that bridge. And I wanted to leave this video till the very end, till we've done all the walks on the St Helens to Runcorn Gap. And if you want to see all those walks, have a look on my channel on Mark's Railway Trails. But this is the end of the line. You can just see the railings on the left hand side here. That's where the line used to run to. For all those people that's asked on the walks they've done, where does it actually end up at Shaw Street? This is where it ended up, and it more went that away towards St Helens Junction. And there used to be a very famous train called the Ditton Flyer that used to come down here all the time, up and down that line, all the way over to Ditton Junction in Widnes. But we've not just come here today just for that. I've left this till the end really on St Helens Central Station to show you quite a nice piece of artwork that they've done on this station, and that's what I've come to show you today really, because it just highlights all the walks that I've been doing over probably the last 12 months really. And I'll give you a bit more history of this station before we get up there. Well, that's what it led to on the left, to the St Helens to Runcorn Gap. And the line was taken out to service in November 1968, when works actually started in 2014 on the Mersey Gateway, that really finished it off really, and the Mersey Gateway opened in 2017. One of the last trains to go down the line, the Ditton Junction, Ditton Dodger sorry, that went to Ditton Junction, was the 16th of June 1957. The last known train I think that went down it was the 15th of August, was 1987, and they used it for haze chemicals and a few other things as well. But in its heyday, 1838, the St Helens to Runcorn Gap, in 1838 over 26,000 people used that line. Very, very busy line in its day. This is Central Station. That dates back, off the top of my head, I think it's 1858. There was a station before this in St Helens called the Great Central Station, 1900 to 1952, and it got moved to here, got renamed in the 1st of March 1949 to Shaw Street Station, and then they changed it back in 1987 to St Helens Central, and that's where the name comes from today, for St Helens Central Station. But what we're going to take you up and show you, this is what we've come for today. It's some of the artwork that they've done actually, and I'll just show you. You can see some of the bridges over there. If you go right behind the flats and just follow the road down, that'll take you down to the Pocket Nook area. And on Standish Street there's still some of the old bridges there where the old station used to be in St Helens. I'm just going to take you up now and just show you the artwork that was done about 3 or 4 years ago. This was done, and I wanted to save this till the end, until I've finished all my local walks in St Helens really, and these highlights all the places that I've been and walked. Once you get on the top, the first thing you'll see, I'll just flick this back a bit, and that's just taking you to Liverpool that we've been many times, and the reason that George Stephenson's line really was set up, really connecting Liverpool to the powerhouse of Manchester. So I'm going to take the camera off, so we've got people coming up here now. I'll just show you some of this artwork as well. There we go. I'll run you through it first. I'll flick it back and just do it surely, and then I can go over all the places that you're seeing on the bridge over the station, really, and what colours on it. Walk it round and then we'll show you. I'm going to depth with more of the details, really. But what fantastic artwork, and I'll tell you more in a minute as we just do a walk, and you can just have a look at the pictures. But what brilliant colours and what they've done on it. Hey mate, you alright?
Alright, yeah.
But just highlighting a lot, really. And here we go. So that's where I've just come from on the line. I'll just flip my camera up and just show you. I'll flip my camera up first, and then you'll be able to see the bridge. And if you look closely, you just look on the left now. Just flip the camera up a bit more. There you go. You might get the sun on it. You should see the railings. Just have a look at the left, and that's what went on the St Helens to Runcorn Gap. But we'll start here at the front, and we start here at Bold, Lee Green, and if you remember, we walked and cycled round Bold. Those gates are still there. Unfortunately, the colour is not. That's sadly gone at Sutton Manor, and that's just highlighting all the miners, really, from Sutton Manor, and all the pits that were in St Helens, and there was quite a hell of a lot of pits, and they're all linked to the railways, really. And there you go, Ravenhead, Sutton Heath, Clockface. A lot of the transport in St Helens at the time, if you remember the double-decker buses, Morris Minor, and the Northwest Off-Road Transport Museum, which is still here in the town centre. Taylor Park, that you've seen many times on my walk, and if you can just see the boathouse there, I'll just flick in, you can see it, the boathouse that we did many times, and you've seen when we met the model boat guys there as well, and that's just highlighting Taylor Park. Windle Chantry that I've done on Mark's railway walks as well, and that's one of the oldest buildings actually in St Helens, believe it or not, and that dates back, I'm just trying to remember dates now off the top of my head. That dates back to 1415, believe it or not, and that's one of the oldest buildings in St Helens. And I've done that on Mark's railway walks, and if you want to see that, just go on my channel. And for all those who know St Helens, you remember a guy called Johnny Welly, who was seen around the town for years and years. He's actually buried in Windle Chantry, because whenever you went up there, he was always there visiting his mum's grave, and now Johnny Welly grave is there as well. If you go into the Chantry, you'll know which grave it is, because you'll see two little Wellingtons at the side of his grave. So God bless you, Johnny. And then just highlighting the glassworks in St Helens, Pilkington's Glass, that kept this town going for years, to be honest with you. 1826 St Helens glass. Just let that train go until it was taken over in 2006 with a Japanese company, and they paid 2.2 billion for it, apparently, if my memory serves me right. And it was in 29 countries all over the world, and employed over near enough 30,000 people, and over 2,500 in the UK were employed by Bilks. And my dad, when he came off the railways, the last place that he worked on the railways was Crewe. His number was number 5A, and he went working for Pilkingtons, and when steam got decommissioned because he hated diesel. So that's just highlighting the glass in Pilkington's glass in St Helens. Dream in St Helens as well, which is on the old Sutton Manor colliery, and that's a lovely walk. Again, I've done that on my channel. Go and walk it. It's a real good walk, that. And the St Helens to Runcorn Gap line went down that past the Dream onto Bold, and Bold Bridge is still there on Dream, one of the oldest bridges, and it's gives you all the information when you walk that. They actually made that into a walkway when they did the gateway into Liverpool, when they shut the St Helens Runcorn Gap, and they actually turned that into a cycle path that you can go through Dream all the way into Widnes, and halfway along you'll see Bold Bridge. What Bold Bridge is renowned for, it was one of the first bridges to get bombed by a Zeppelin in the First World War, and there's still bullet marks on Bold Bridge. So go and find it. That really is a lovely walk at Dream. And Dream was commissioned in 2014 for a Channel 4 art project, and that came about in 2014, and it cost a couple of million for that to be built by a French sculptor. So go and see it. It's quite outstanding when you get up to it, and they are looking at lighting that up so you can see it from the motorway. Union Plate Glassworks, again highlighting Pilkington's glass. And not forgetting Earlstown. Earlstown always gets forgotten about, believe it or not. And I'm a St Helens lad through and through, but Earlstown does hold a lot for me, really, because it's the first place that gave me a full-time job when I was 16 and gave me a big break in retail. Just let these guys go past. So Earlstown does hold a lot for me, and you can't not mention Earlstown Co-op Superstore to our good friend Harry Taylor. So rest in peace, Harry, and I thank you for all that you did for me. I never look back from getting a job, my first full-time job in Earlstown, and my first management position under Harry Taylor. And again, it's just highlighting Earlstown, which was big in the railways. Vulcan Works, where a lot of the locomotives were built as well. And again, Nine Arches when you think of Newton Llewellys, which another walk I've done on my channel, and you've got to click on and see it. Unbelievable walk all the way to Spike Island. And St Helens Rugby League Football Club. Whenever people think of St Helens, they always think of two things. Well, probably three things really. St Helens Rugby League Club, Pilkington's glass, and maybe Johnny Vegas for putting St Helens on the map. Again, where we started before takes you to Liverpool, to the docks, and one of the reasons George Stephenson and all the big wigs at the time wanted a line running from Liverpool into Manchester and vice versa to get all the goods to the docks, really, from the powerhouse of Manchester, because the canals were too slow and just too costly, really. And again, if you want to see the 1830 line in detail, it's on my Marks Railway Trails. Carry on, and this is highlighting the bus station or the bus museum in St Helens, and some people will remember some of these: Lee Green number 17, the 10A to Liverpool, Garleswood. If you want to see a lot of those buses, just go into the St Helens car museum. It's still there behind the town hall, and it's well worth a visit. Shedley Park in St Helens, just near where I live. Still a lovely park, still there, and that was left to the people of St Helens. So hopefully there will never be any houses built on it, but you can never say never. But still a lovely park, and again, it's on my channel. Sankey Canal that we've done many times, and also known as the St Helens Canal, and all these canals just led all the way from St Helens over to Earlstown, from Carmel, all the way up to Fiddler's Ferry, all the way to Spike Island. And the canal was the first modern canal built in England in 1757, and the idea of it at the time was to carry coal on it all the way down the canals to Liverpool. That's one of the reasons that George Stephenson's line was built, really, because it was a lot quicker and a lot more cost effective. If you people are wondering what that bridge is, that's at Carmel, and I've actually got that on my channel. If you want to see that walk, and you actually see us looking inside that tunnel where there's pipe work inside it, and you can walk along it. And that's Carmel down. St Helens Town Hall, still the same, still here, and just highlighting, if you look at the miner there with his pit lamp on, that's on the roundabout just as you're coming into the town centre. House of Glass, you can go and visit the museum there, and that's not a bad day out as well, just highlighting the glass, really, and that's where you go into the museum. And the bottle bank that's next to Tesco's, looks, it's had a grant now, and that's going to be put back to how it was originally, so another piece of our history kept, really. And then the train that I mentioned before, which was called the Ditton Flyer, there it is, and that train came up and down this line for donkeys and donkeys years. And if you look behind it, the 9 Arches, George Stephenson's famous bridge, which now is just having a tidy up, and work's just started on that. And then we go to St Helens Central, which was the original bridge, really, which dated back to 1858. So that's what we've come to see today, all the artwork, and I'm going to go down now and just show you on the other platform where you actually get to the St Helens to Runcorn Gap. But hats off to St Helens Central for this artwork. It's just highlighting all the places that I've kind of done on Marks Railway Trails. I'm going to walk it one last time so you can see it in a little bit more detail, and without me rabbiting as well. And we're going to go down now and just show you the actual bridge that I was talking about before, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that on the video, so catch you in a minute. And here we go, we're back on the station. I'm just going to take you up now and just show you to finish off this video today. And I've left this one till the end really. Of all the walks that I've done, walked, climbed, scaled, it leads to here, the end of the line really, for the St Helens to Runcorn Gap. It's probably the last video I'll be doing on the St Helens to Runcorn Gap, because I've done all the videos now covering it. I may do odd snippets in the future, but this is the main one really, to finish off. And it's nice to get all that artwork showing you how history of St Helens really. And there you go, I'm just going to zoom in on this and just have a minute, and you can see how overgrown it is now. I'm just going to zoom in on that and just show you that. There you go. And that's where the St Helens to Runcorn Gap left Shaw Street Station, which is now St Helens Central Station, fully overgrown. A lot of the track is still there all the way through till you get past Saints Ground, and then obviously it got lifted, and then you pick it up again near Morrison's. But whenever there's an overgrown track, as Tony Redmond will tell you, Budleigh is a giveaway on railway lines that's overgrown. It just grows everywhere. But so sad really, that line, I can't see it ever being reopened now. There's been talk of it so many times being reopened, but I cannot see it at all now. The cost of it with the railways and everything else, I think, you know, that's the end of the line for the St Helens to Runcorn Gap. And it's sad really, because in St Helens there's still 18 disused stations that's either been built on or gone, and we've still got 10 stations, believe it or not, in the St Helens area today. If you remember my video when we walked Oldham Mumps and we did Oldham used to have 22 stations in their borough, and now they've only got one, which is 5 miles outside the city. Everything's gone to trams. So I just wanted to finish off there. I hope you enjoyed it. Just wanted to get that artwork on it. People that's asking where this line runs to in St Helens, if you go this way, that will actually take you to Wigan, on the Wigan line. I'll just flick it round, and that one actually takes you to Nutgrove, through Portico into Liverpool on that line. So if you're wondering where this line runs to, if you went left down the St Helens Gap, that would have took you to the junction and to all the other old stations, Sutton Oak, that was all down there. But as I said to everybody, if you want to walk that line, I've done that full walk, very overgrown, but you can see what it was. But we're just going to go out to the station now, and I'll keep it running as we go out of Central Station. And this is probably the last one now for the St Helens to Runcorn Gap before we start hitting a few tunnels, a few more railway walks, and hopefully get out of here without getting any fuss, because to get into St Helens Central Station you need a train card or a pass, but we managed to get in today. And hopefully when Lee Green Station's finished, we'll do a video on that one to show you how that's improved. So from St Helens Central Station, from Mark's Railway Trails, we're going to go back through here now and head back home, bit of a walk home. But thanks for watching the channel. I hope you found it enjoyable, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Just get out of here now. Hiya, mate. He let me in. I was just doing a video for the college. Okay. Thanks, mate. Thank you. There you go, all buried here. Thanks for your help, mate. Appreciate that. I'll get you a little shot out here now. This brings you into St Helens town centre, and there you go, there's St Helens Central Station, actually on a sunny afternoon, and a little bit of a white lie there said it was St Helens College to get in without paying, but you've got to do these things for your channel, haven't you? So see you on the next one. Hopefully the next one's going to be a railway tunnel walk in the middle of nowhere in the pitch black. So see you soon on Mark's Railway Trails.